below.
Nigger.
What?
I said nigger.
What the fuck you just said to me?
I said nigger.
I'll fucking say.
All with $0 copays. Call Care Plus today.
Junie, eat your vegetables.
Principal Kaminsky tomorrow. How are you doing there, Harry? Nellie, has anyone taken your order yet?
I have arthritis, and it's not too heavy, and it's easy to use. I used to use one of these, but then I found out that the wires get stuck in your gut when they fall off on the grill. Not good. Get ready. Use this.
Polina's running their sale for Memorial Day. Did you see that?
All right, I couldn't see a damn thing, but
You know what? YouTube took it down.
okay. That's why I'm like, what in the world? Welcome to Squirrel Town Talk.
I just uploaded it, and it has the songs on it from Wasted and from Sexxy Red, and they probably pulled it down, and I wanted to send it to you, but I didn't have I didn't know if you had iMovie or not, and that's what I made it on. So I don't know. I have a problem with it. All right. Well, you missed a good movie.
Yeah, y'all missed a good movie. All right, welcome to Squirrel Town Talk. I'm your host, Mr. Squirrel Town himself. Tonight we have the lovely, funny, and talented Lulu BRAHA. And
BRAHA,
we had
no bra.
Bra?
BRAHA, no bra.
Oh, BRAHA.
Get it? It's one of my jokes. Okay.
Well, see, she already got us laughing. I know she already got us laughing, and it wasn't a laughing matter with that video because the video was actually good. And then
you saw it before? Did you see it before?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, so you know it was good. Right.
It was good. It had Sexxy Red in there, Kodak Black, had the movie from Waves, a clip from it was just good. What's the comedian that introduced you? What's his name?
That's Louis
That's
Anderson.
Louis something.
Yeah. That's Louis Anderson. He was the first one to introduce me on stage. That was the first time I got on stage. And it was Louis. And Louis, that's what started the BRAHA. Because Louis said, Lulu BRAHA. And I got up there, and it was my first time up, and I'm all nerved up, you know? So I get up there, and I go, I have to correct you, Louis. My husband's in the audience, and my name is BRAHA, not BRAHA. No bra. Remember, no bra. That's how you remember my name. And he got real insulted, I think.
Your husband looking around like, what in the hell's going on? Well,
but he gave me a joke.
Well, glad to have you, huh?
But he gave me a new joke, you know?
Yeah, no BRAHA, no bra. I like that. Yeah. Well, thanks for having us. I appreciate the opportunity. If you don't know Lulu, she's been in a lot. I looked at her resume online. If you type in Lulu BRAHA, you'll see a lot of stuff. I just want to go over your bio and tell the viewers who we're talking to, who we getting ready to talk to. How about that? So Lulu is a comedian, actor, and producer who is known for starring in movies as Waves, that was in 2019, The Killing of a Japanese Bookie in 2014, Pepperonia, that came out this year, or is coming out this year, Sam and Me came out in 2016, and then it says Lulu has also featured in music videos for Sexxy Red, Kodak Black, Diplo, and the Island Boys. She's passionate, experienced. She's a formally trained actor who brings enthusiasm, a strong work ethic, and an unrelenting desire to entertain. She excels in comedy. She's produced her own comedy show with the troupe called Glamorous Girls of Comedy. She's been a member of the international troupe They Improv for 12 years doing stage work, murder mysteries, and team building. Been a principal in major motion picture. She's a SAG member, and she was a recurring recurring nurse in a TV show called The Glades she played grandmother in the theater production of Tina and Tony's Wedding. So yeah, she's done a lot. She's an artist for 25
an exhibiting artist, right?
Yeah, she's been an exhibiting artist for 25 years and a former radio host. and she's currently doing freelance for Premiere Radio. She does voiceovers. She's a lifestyle model, and she produces B-rolls. So she's a what is UGC stand for? I know it's some generated content. What's the first word?
User generator content for social.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know they send me checks for doing it, but I just didn't know what the actual word stood for. I know, but yeah, you done a lot, man, and doing arthritis commercials
every day.
Yeah, tell us.
I'm working.
Yeah, tell us about these. How'd you get wrapped in these arthritis commercials, though?
What? You just froze up on me. What happened?
No, I said, how'd you get wrapped up into the arthritis commercials?
I have rheumatoid arthritis, and what started me on this was because when I first got rheumatoid arthritis, I was on Humira, and it wasn't even a drug yet. It's the first biological drug, one of the first. And the FDA wanted to take biological off the market, all biologics. So I did the speech. I went to Washington, D.C., and I stood up and did a speech to keep biologics on the market. And I used the victory sign and the peace sign, because I used to wear 4 finger braces, but now I'm down to 2. And so everybody was, woo! And I'm like, there's men in $500 suits back then. And I'm like, woo, woo, I really got their attention. So then I made a mistake and I walked off the wrong way off the stage. Because I said, if I didn't have this drug, I'd be in a wheelchair today. I don't think any one of you wants that. And I shook my head and I walked away and I went the wrong way. So everyone stood up and started clapping because they thought that I was just like pissed off and walked away.
Right.
They kept biological drugs on the market. So I helped millions of people in the world and made billions for the drug company. We wish they'd give me some, but right. So that's what started me acting, because I realized, wait a minute, look what I just did. And everyone's like telling you how great you were, blah blah blah. Now I became I worked for Abbott Labs for 10 years, and I did speeches around the country, Chicago and here and there, and to doctors and the heads of all the rheumatology departments of the colleges like Yale and Harvard or whatever, all the big colleges. So I had something, and then I went into comedy because obviously people liked what I said, because I didn't really talk like, if I gave a speech, I didn't talk like they do, like you're reading the teleprompter. I just got up there and kind of did my thing, and
just let it flow.
Right, and I made more sense to them because I wasn't scripted. I just talked from the heart.
Yeah,
I don't know, and I make you laugh.
I'm already knowing this. You done walked off the wrong side of the stage, making people think you serious. You can act. You done been in. I see the TikToks you've been doing with throwing money around. Like, where'd all this come from? Like, where'd this entertainment come from? Like, tell us about your upbringing.
Well, the thing is this, the upbringing doesn't matter. I'm Italian, and I'm from Union County, and my family was in the garbage business. That's all you need to know.
Snap. Here we go.
I'm from Union County, New Jersey, and my cousins had a garbage business in Middlesex County and Union County. So I was a little garbage person. That's how I grew up, being Italian, and my father had an Italian American club, and it was one of those. My mother died when I was very young, so I was basically raised by Italian men.
Right.
And that's where I say, I don't give up and I don't give in.
Yeah.
I don't act, I react. That's why I'm a good actress. I don't act.
Oh.
Right?
Wow. Yeah, I like that. I don't act, I react.
Right. That's what you're doing. You're reacting when
But you ain't one of those. Yeah, you ain't one of those that'll react and get somebody put in that garbage truck, though. What I'm saying?
That show kind of pissed my family off because it really put a bad light on us, especially since we were part of that Elizabeth dump and stuff, Yeah. And I know. See, my uncle, who had a really good garbage business, he died young, like in his 40s. So my aunt took it over. So she was like, I called her a truck whore. I mean, she kept the mafia away from her, but I think they protected her because she did lose her husband, and they let her stay in the business because they probably could have ran her out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you got the power.
Yeah.
I guess. Or back then you did. Doesn't matter today, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
But most of those,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Most of those people are probably dead anyway, so I could talk about them.
Right. Okay, so tell us how you start getting your roles, and how'd you build your career in this entertainment? Like when you finally decided, like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Like how'd it go from there?
Well, you have to start somewhere. So I started taking acting lessons, and then I took more classes, and I was trained. I did the Udahagen training, which is from Act True, which makes you, it makes you act real and makes
Yeah.
people, you have to really convince people by taking it from your soul and becoming that person. So I learned how to do touch base with my soul and my experiences. I have a lot of experience, so I have a lot of things going like that. So that started it. Then I got agents. Then I got I was a hairdresser and a makeup artist. So my friends in school wanted to do a movie, so I did all the set work, I did all the hair, and it was a period piece, which was like in the 50s. So it was all 50 hairdos, and I had the clothing. It really came out to be a good movie. It was called DOA, Dead on Arrival. It was a remake of DOA. And that really, got me going. And then, I don't know, it's just years of just doing it. And everyone's like, wow, you're working all the time. It's because I've been doing it for a long time, and I know people, and people know me, and they like me. And that, you can't give up. When you give up, you give in. And like every day, you have to work on, if you want to be an actress or you want to be something like music or whatever, you have to do it every day. It's like a tennis player. You got to practice every day. Even if it's one thing, even if it's one note coming out of your head, you got your music in your head. You got to keep it up every day, And that's what I do. I mean, all day long, I'm with my phone looking for jobs. And I'm going, I don't want to work anymore. And the people keep asking me to work. I'm like, I don't want to work anymore. I'm tired of working, because I've been going since February, since I did Tina and Tony's wedding at the BRAHA Performing Arts Center. So that was like 2-week run, and I've been running ever since. I mean, I don't stop. I just keep getting more jobs because people like me, I think.
Well, that's what they like is
right. Well, like for example, okay, Sexxy Red. I was in the Sexxy Red video. The director just loved me because I just stood up to Sexxy Red. I was like doing this to her, and like she was all slutty and stuff, and I was supposed to be like a rich, nasty white woman, like my son brought home this stripper black girl, and we're real rich. And I'm like, what the heck? So we had more fun, but the director just liked me, and one day I get this phone call, and it's from Hawaii, and he goes, I'm a director, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, yeah, right, and I hang up. Like,
I've heard that before.
Come on. So then he calls back. He goes, no. The other guy called, the real director that I knew called back. He goes, no. I told my friend. Da, da, da. So anyway, I got that. That's how I got booked the Island Boys, because that director liked me so much he wanted to work with me again. And we created that character in Island Boys. Like, he told me what he kind of wanted, so I did the wig and the rollers, and I can't speak Spanish. I could only speak New Jersey. So I had a really hard time with the Konya or whatever. I can't even say it today. I had to say
right.
And then I didn't even know it was a dirty word. So I was like, yelling at Konya, people like Konya. I don't know. So that started that rolled into that. And then other things, like you couldn't see the video, but the one I'm doing with the grill, somebody else saw me do something else, and they asked me to do that. So when they know you can work and you're a good worker and you want to work, they like you. They keep you around. A director will want to work with you again. Like this weekend, what was it, yesterday? I don't even. Yeah, yesterday I did Leon Medical Centers. I had to do a video for them. It's a commercial. Yeah. And it was all Spanish people, and I was the only gringo. But the cast, the people who were working, they spoke both. And it's funny because a lot of the Spanish people do speak English, but they don't. Unless you ask them a question. But then you're sitting there and everyone's like talking, and you're like, are they talking about me? Or, So anyway, right. So Leon Medical, I did stuff for them. This is probably the fourth advertisement I did, because the director, and then another one I did quite a few times is Golden Corral, because they'll pick you because they knew you. Yeah. Golden
You
Corral.
getting
But I
free
didn't do
food and
this.
stuff too?
I didn't do the speaking in Golden Corral. You just see this blonde head moving around in the.
Oh, okay. I was like, are they giving coupons out and stuff too? Like after the commercial's over? No.
Golden Corral. You know what? I would never eat there. No offense, but I couldn't eat that food after doing the commercials and smelling it. I mean, you've got to figure it was rank by 12 hours later, sitting out there with lights on it.
Right. Rubbery steak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it start to smell, and you have to keep walking back and forth past the buffet. Oh. No.
Right. Yeah, it smelled good for probably 30 minutes. After that, it's like, okay, especially after 12 hours.
Maybe they took. Maybe they also took my video down because of the N-word. But it's the music videos. I got to see. I got an email from them why they took it down. It doesn't matter. I was going to take it down after you saw it anyway. But that's funny. So yeah, the only thing I heard out of my video was me yelling the N-word. So now I look like a white supremacist, right? That's what's happening. Like I got that role, and I'm glad the camera wasn't really on my face because that's when everything started to get racial after that movie, and then COVID hit after that. Everything changed. So what was I going to say about the N-word? Okay, so I said then I got the another one apart in like a Telemundo, and they gave me a sign to hold up, and it said white supremacy or white power.
Oh my God!
So my girlfriend took a picture. I was like, "You better hide that, because I'm going to get this horrible reputation of like some kind of black person hater or something." So
tell us how you got into that role of with Waves. Like, how did that opportunity present itself?
Okay, so I got the audition. There was about 5 of us who showed up that day for the audition, and they told me what it was going to be. And it was supposed to be a protest, and you don't really know what the scene's going to be. Some kind of protest. So some people came in like looking like protesty, but I came in with my rosary beads on, a little angel pin on my shoulder, because made me look like more like a white Christian woman who would be yelling about abortion, because that's what it's about. Okay. It was outside an abortion clinic, and those people standing out there with signs and stuff like don't kill your baby, blah blah. And I didn't know at the time that they didn't kill the baby, and I'm yelling at them. That's why I'm yelling the N-word. Yeah. So, but yeah. So so I go into the audition room, and the casting agent really liked me and really worked with me. Just and I got it, and I was so surprised that I got it. And then I realized what I had to say in a major motion picture. Like, so I'm sitting in the trailer, like freaking out, and then I get out there and I do it. And it was like improv too. Like I didn't know that he was going to come back at me. Like when I yelled the N-word, and he got mad. Like, so my reaction was really like, woo, like, oh,
right. Oh,
like, everything was like instantaneous. Like, I didn't know he was going to yell at me. I didn't, so it all was like so real. So he was a really good director, that guy. And so that was, and then I got to go to the like opening and the premiere, and I went to a premiere in New York for it, and in Miami, and that was fun. But see how you like going?
Yeah, that's what I like. So for those who don't know, what we're talking about is the movie Waves. And what is the main actor's name? Do you know his name? The one that with the blonde hair? I can't think of his name. He's played in
his last name, I think it's Harrison.
Yeah.
But he's got really famous now too. You ask me names and I go crazy because I work with so many damn people that I don't remember. You know what? When I get a job, once I get the paycheck, I forget about it. That's another thing. Like,
hey, that's how it's supposed to be.
Right. Somebody called me up today and they go, is that video out yet? We did it on the 1st of this month. And it's a commercial for a lawyer in California, San Francisco. And I'm like, it's only like a couple weeks. I got to edit it. What do you think? They're just it's got how much footage to go through to put this thing out. So people think right away it's going to come out. No, it's not. But anyway, I lost my track. Let me see I'm going to tell you what the name of this guy is, because now you're making me nuts. Let's get IMDb.
Yeah, because he's played
so tell him about the Waves a little bit. So, okay, Waves is about I don't know how to explain it. How do you explain Waves? Did you see it? It's a
It
3-hour
I mean,
movie.
they just have to. You have to go. You have to watch it. It's a good movie. I know it's about a young kid that's having some struggles at home. He's looks like his dad is married to his stepmother. He has a lot of trauma. You kind of cut it, I think. What'd you say? Okay, it's cut.
Harrison. The journey
Oh,
of
Calvin
a suburban
Harrison.
family, yeah, led by a well-intentioned but domineering father who was Sterling Brown, as they navigate
Yep.
love, forgiveness, and coming together in the aftermath of the loss, because
Yeah.
the girlfriend dies. In the
Right.
movie.
Right. Yep.
Which
I watched that movie way before you. I knew you were in it, and it was crazy because as soon as you played, after we had the conversation, and you played that clip, I was like, "Wow, that was you." I watched that movie a couple of months ago, and it is a very good movie. And I did not expect that to happen either. I didn't expect him to do what he did. But for those who haven't seen the movie Waves, it's Waves. And like you said, with starring Calvin Harrison and Sterling Brown, it's a powerful movie.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a very
it's a powerful movie.
And they thought it was going to be up for Academy Awards, and I was so excited. But then everything happened with this tension, and it just kind of got pushed aside because it is a very heavy movie, a very good movie.
It is.
And
I could not believe it. Yeah. Well, and that's why I commend you for it, because I remember that specific part. So, even though it probably, how long did it take you to do that scene? Like how many takes?
Took over an hour. I was there all day, but it took good over it because you have to go, when you film, you go this way and then you have to do the reverse side. So it takes a lot of time. And every time was a little different. Every take was a little different because a lot of it was like I did a take and he didn't come after me. And then by this third take, he was going to fight me.
I think he's gonna fight you.
And then I had to get in the van and sit next to him on the way back. And then after I screamed the N-word, that's what I was doing. After I screamed the N-word, I'm looking on, because I was in Hollywood, Florida. I'm looking on top of all the buildings because I'm like, I didn't mean that. I said, yelled at them. It's part of a movie because I was like,
it's part of a movie. It's just it's on the script. So for those who don't know, you got to check out. We're not going to blow it for you, but you got to check that movie out. So going into the other two movies the other three movies that we mentioned.
Let's see. Japanese Bookie, that was kind of a strange movie. I don't even think I've seen it in completion, but it's out there, and I think it was a remake of something, and I played the bartender in it. And they filmed it at this place in Tampa called Double D.
I know where Double D is. I know where that is.
Double D. I brought my husband with me.
I'm very familiar with Florida. You'll figure out, I'm very familiar with Florida, so I know where all them spots that you're talking about. Yeah.
It was Double D. And a lot of motorcycle people hang out there. So I did that one, and that was a long time, quite a while ago. And the last one, the one that you're talking about, Pepperonia, was a dream come true because it was a friend of mine. Actually, the person who wrote it, I did cut her hair when she was 6 years old. Okay, and I became part of this family because this woman that took care of her and helped her mother was blind, and she was fostering her mother at one time, and then she grew up, blah, blah, blah. And so her and her mother both wrote the movie, directed the movie, produced the movie, and we won, in Seattle, we won 2 awards, and we won 3 awards. We were up for 5 awards. We won the Best Young Actress, and then let me see, what was it? In Atlanta 2 weeks ago, we won Best Feature Film and Best Young Actress, I think. So we won awards with it, and now we're hoping to go further with it because it's a really good feature film, and it's for children, and it's got a real heavy message, and I don't know. I like to do things that
switch it up,
or make them happy. So now I'm working on another project soon, but I'm not talking too much about it. But me and my friend Samantha have something cooking up, and it's going to be big.
So tell us about the role that you play in Pepperonia.
I play the grandmother in Pepperonia, and I end up dying. You're not going to see the movie, but I end up dying. And I impressed myself because I haven't seen tears in my husband's eyes when he watched it, and other people cried. So if I can make people cry, that's a pretty good actress. I even got emotional because I'm going to die. And then I didn't know that in the movie because when I saw the whole movie, I was like, after I die, they have a photo of me on the wall, and they're all standing there looking at it. And that made me cry. And then they do a montage of me when I was alive, and that made me cry.
Oh man,
that was a good one. That was really good. Yeah. So that's right. And now I'm doing a lot of UGC stuff, which is you just let's see, how do you explain that? Well, you know when you're on the internet and you go scrolling along, right, and something pops up like I did one with my cat, okay, for therapy.
I've done a couple of those.
I made my cat work. I said, if you want to eat, you got to work. I make all my pets work. Even my parrot, I sell his feathers after they fall out on eBay. You want peanuts? You're paying for it.
Oh, man.
I'm a tough mama.
Yeah, you are. Wow. So
I even got my husband working sometimes, so that's good.
Everybody got to work. You say, don't work, don't eat.
You want to eat, you got to work. Okay, so what else can we talk about? Okay, I'm an artist. I was an exhibiting artist. I haven't exhibited in a while. So I have lots of.
Hold on. Let's back up a little bit. When is Pepperonia coming out for people?
Pepperonia will not. It was film festival right now, and we don't until we get someone to really back it. And we're hoping we could get somebody big, like the producer and the mom who helped write it. My friend, she's a lawyer, and she's got some coals in the fire, and we're trying to get because it's so good. It's so good for children's. And even when we showed it in Atlanta, we had children in the audience, and kids were going, "This is such a good movie," because it's not like animated, and it's not like like that. They want a movie like that they can relate to, and the message is really kind of strong. Like when you're growing up, or all of us today, we have the devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder. And this girl went through grief when her grandmother died. So should I be a bad girl or should I be a good girl? What am I going to do now? And, I said that to the other children, and everyone was like, yes, everyone feels that. Like, what should I be? What should I do?
Yeah, which direction?
Right, especially when you're like 10 or 12 or so, you don't know what's going on in life. So that was, I don't know, that's the gist of that.
Sounds like a pretty good movie, and I wish to see it when it comes out. I know it's going to come out. It's just a matter of time. I had another guest on one earlier last month, and she has a movie coming out called Freedom. And it's the same situation. It's won a lot of awards, film festival awards, but just hasn't, she's still looking for funding and stuff like that. And with those movies, tell us about that. Like, it takes some time to get.
It takes time. Let me tell you something about this movie. We filmed this movie 4 or 5 years ago. It was
wow.
Right. It had to be at least 4.5 years ago. And then it slowed up because, actually, we were lucky because this woman is a professor and of film and stuff. So we had a lot of connections. Like we got film people who needed the credits from the universities just to graduate. So we had all good help. And then for some reason it had slowed up because she had gotten pregnant, and then she lost the baby, and then things happened, and then COVID happened, which gave her the time to sit and get the whole thing edited and put together. So it took 4 or 5 years before that movie even hit the film festival, but it was well worth.
It was worth the wait. So tell us a little bit about your comedy journey. Like, how did that start, and what have you done so far?
Okay, my comedy journey. I don't do much stand-up anymore because I don't like the late nights anymore, and then I get so wired up I can't sleep. So, and I started feeling funny. I'm hanging around with 30-year-olds drinking beer. I got a husband at home.
Right.
And it was getting a little, I don't know. So, I started out Louis Anderson. First I started out doing improv, and I really liked improv. So then I went into stand-up, and I did this boot camp with Louis Anderson, and then I did some comedy in New York City at the New York City Comedy Club. I did comedy in California. I did comedy at the Improvs, and then I started this troupe because women, when I started, everybody looked like hell. They'd wear jeans and their t-shirts, and most of the guys are all talking sex jokes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm changing this up.
Yeah,
So I started
I'm changing this shit up.
You're like, I'm changing shit up. So yeah. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna get my girlfriends who are good. Because no girls were really, a lot of them weren't doing comedy then. We really weren't a lot of like women. So we got dressed in gown. I had them dressed in gowns and crowns. And we had sashes on like we were beauty people. And my headliner was a lesbian who comes out like looking like Ron White and Sam Kinison mixed together. And she heads it. So it was really funny because here's all those little glamorous girls. Then my headliner comes out and she's like really, you know.
Yeah.
Really out there. She's really, really good. She's so funny. So that was, we did about, every show got sold out. So we did about 4 or so. We did improv, we did the Catskills. And then, you know, then women start, I don't know, I don't want to do, I don't want to, you know. So it got like that, and I was like,
yeah.
So that's how that ended. And then I did improv, comedy for my, you know, just doing it myself.
Yeah.
But, like I say, drink a beer with 30-year-olds.
Yeah, it's a little, get a little, young, yeah, I get it. So, okay, lastly, I got a couple more questions. One would be, what do you have coming up in the next, I would say, 6 months to going into next year? What can we look forward to?
Okay, I'll tell you what I have going on this week. I got to do a video for a dog product for their eyes. I've just got a thing a few minutes ago that I have to do with my husband, a medical thing on Friday. I have another UGC that I have to do. And then when you make these projects for the UGC, you got to get them in 2 or 3 days. So it's like jam these videos out. And they might have a brief that has, like, say you have to do 30. Sometimes it's 30 different videos, and you'll have to change your clothes and set up the shop. And the little thing might only be a few seconds, but it's changing the clothes and setting up the shot, and you know, and then they edit it. I just do all the videos. And okay, so what else do I have? That's just this week. And I told you, I get paid, and I just keep going. That's what you know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen the following week, but I do have this big project I'm working on with my friend Samantha.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, and last,
until we get a little further along the line, we're not telling you about it.
I get it. Trust. Yeah, no, I don't need. Because I'm good with jinx and stuff. So, don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. Lastly, I would ask, where can they find you at on social media? Like when people want to reach out, if they want to check out some of your UGC stuff, where can they reach you at?
Well, you know what? Just make friends with me on Facebook or Instagram. It's Lucille Cerretta, CERRETTA, BRAHA, BRAHA. No bra, BRAHA. But I did tie the girls up tonight. Last night they were loose, and they were girls gone wild.
Hey, you tied them up tonight, but you didn't tie them up when you was with them 30-year-olds drinking beer. That's why I see. That's why you're at home now.
Right, because you don't get up on stage sometimes till like 10 o'clock at night. You know.
Oh no.
That's long for a woman my age.
Yeah, that's long for anybody. I mean, honestly, So.
And then you don't want up. So, you know, I'd rather be on my lazy boy with my feet up, you know, by 10 o'clock.
Right.
It's very hard to be a stand-up. It's one of the hardest things to do because you don't really make any money unless you really get going in the circuit. And that's a lot of work because you still have to drive there. You still have to buy beer or drinks or feed yourself and pay for gas. So you end up breaking even most of the time. Like I have a girlfriend that stayed here this week and She just did a show, and she's very good. She's been with a lot of big headliners, big ones, and she made $10,000 last year. Okay, that sounds like that's good money, but that's not a living.
Not for a year. That's
that's what I'm saying. Like
wow.
my one friend, I had a friend that opened up for Rosie O'Donnell at the Improv. Who knows what Rosie made? But she only made $50 a show to open up, to be her.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. So there's not a lot of money in it. It's more, you do it for the passion. Like everything I do. I do it for passion. I should be sitting on my booty at home, you know?
Well, it's just like this. I ain't getting paid to do this. I just do it for the love of it. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the love.
Well, that's what like me. I had the podcast Shit and Chat for a while. And I drove up 50 miles up to do it and 50 miles back. Once a week we did it. And I didn't get paid for that. We did it for the love of it, right?
Yeah.
You do it because you love it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we appreciate it, Lulu. Be on the lookout for Lulu. All her comedy, her UGC, which is on TikTok, her music videos with Sexxy Red, Kodak Black, Diplo, the Island Boys, and anybody else. Her Arthritis commercials, her grill commercials. I seen it with the grill, and any of her movies. Check her out. Go online, look her up. Lulu, we really appreciate the time. We know how it is. I know how it could be out there in sunny Florida right now. But yeah, you know, just keep in touch, and we appreciate it, Lulu, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
And I was going to let you know before you get off, this will be rebroadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So let your people know, and I will let them know as well. All right.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. No BRAHA, but you know my age, because if I go like this, by counting the creases, it's like tree rings. You know what I mean?
See, that's what I said. The jokes don't stop. The jokes don't stop. So we'll talk to you later, Lulu, and everybody that tuned in, and we'll be tuning in. We appreciate it. Continue to tune in weekly, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Like a lonely road when I'm all alone. Just stay focused, stay in your zone, gotta keep control. You can't love nobody else if you can't love yourself. To change the future, be willing to see what's change yourself. I'm on a positive vibe. I got a positive vibe.